In the glamorous yet treacherous world of the bold and the beautiful, love is rarely gentle, and hearts are often shattered in the pursuit of happiness. After an emotional journey through Italy, Ridge Forrester has finally faced the truth buried deep within his heart. One woman has always held his soul, through every twist, every mistake, and every fleeting temptation: Brooke Logan. This shocking realization will change everything. A single decision will ignite passion, heartbreak, and betrayal. And for Taylor Hayes, it may be the final straw that drives her out of Los Angeles for good. After the whirlwind adventure in Italy, Ridge Forrester returns to Los Angeles a changed man. The trip has forced him to confront feelings he has buried for far too long. Late at night, he stands on the balcony of the Forrester estate, staring out at the city lights. Memories of his life with Brooke rush back, her laughter echoing in his ears, the warmth of her touch, and the magnetic pull that has always drawn him back to her. He recalls the moments when they conquered the world together, and the moments when he almost lost her forever. In that quiet reflection, Ridge finally admits the truth to himself. No matter how hard he has tried to move on, his heart has always belonged to Brooke Logan. The realization strikes him with the force of a thunderclap. For years, he has danced between love and duty, between two women who each held a piece of his heart. But now, clarity sweeps over him like a tidal wave. He can no longer pretend. He can no longer lie to himself or to Taylor. The woman he wants by his side for the rest of his life is Brooke, and nothing will change that. Determined to make things right, Ridge arranges an intimate evening for Brooke. The Forrester mansion is transformed into a glowing sanctuary of romance, filled with flickering candles, cascading roses, and soft music that drifts through the air like a whisper of the past. Brooke is surprised by the gesture, her heart fluttering with a mixture of hope and caution. Then, Ridge takes a deep breath, pulls out a sparkling diamond ring that captures the firelight, and drops to one knee. "Brooke Logan," he says, his voice thick with emotion, "I have made mistakes, but loving you was never one of them. I can't imagine my life without you. Will you marry me?" The moment hangs in the air, electric and fragile. Brooke is stunned. After everything, every betrayal, every heartbreak, dare she believe in them again? Her mind races with doubts, yet her heart trembles with joy. As she gazes into Ridge's eyes, seeing the sincerity, the passion, and the unwavering love that has survived so many storms, her fear begins to dissolve. With tears glistening in her eyes, she whispers the one word that changes everything: yes. In that instant, the future shifts. A wedding is set in motion, one that will rekindle old rivalries, break hearts, and redefine the love triangle that has haunted Los Angeles for decades. While Ridge and Brooke bask in their newfound happiness, Taylor Hayes is left to pick up the shattered pieces of her heart. Alone in her home, she feels the walls closing in, the silence suffocating. The echoes of Ridge's promises haunt her, his vows of commitment, his assurances that she was the one he wanted to build a future with. For a fleeting moment, she believed in that dream. She dared to imagine a life filled with love, trust, and stability. Now, that dream has turned to ash. Taylor paces the room, her hands trembling, her breath shallow. Rage and sorrow churn within her like a storm she cannot escape. "How could he do this to me? Again," she whispers, her voice breaking as tears roll down her face. Every rejection, every humiliating moment in her long, tangled history with Ridge crashes over her like a relentless wave. She thought this time would be different. She thought she had finally won his heart completely. Instead, she feels like a fool, betrayed once more by the man she trusted. Her heartbreak hardens into anger. She imagines storming into the Forrester mansion, confronting Ridge and demanding an answer for his cruelty. But deep down, she knows the truth. No explanation will ever change the reality that has defined her life for decades. Ridge Forrester will always belong to Brooke Logan. No matter how many times Taylor tries to rewrite their story, she is never the ending he chooses. Alone, she sinks into the shadows of her home, tears staining her cheeks, knowing that this heartbreak may be the one she cannot come back from. The humiliation, the betrayal, and the ache of unrequited love carve deep scars into her soul, and as Ridge and Brooke move toward their glittering new beginning, Taylor's world falls completely apart. The days following Ridge and Brooke's wedding are some of the most agonizing of Taylor Hayes' life. Every corner of Los Angeles feels like a battlefield of memories. Each street, each familiar spot, haunted by moments she once shared with Ridge. The Forrester mansion, once a symbol of hope, now feels like a monument to her heartbreak. Taylor knows she cannot stay and watch the man she loves build a new future with the woman she's spent her life competing against. Late one evening, she sits alone in her living room, the soft hum of the city outside contrasting with the deafening silence inside her home. Photographs of her family stare back at her, reminders of the love she fought for and ultimately lost. With trembling hands, she begins to pack her bags. Each piece of clothing folded into the suitcase feels like a farewell to the life she once dreamed of. There is no press conference, no emotional family gathering. Taylor doesn't have the strength for goodbyes. This is her quiet escape from the city where her heart has been broken too many times. When the day comes to leave, she drives through the familiar streets one last time. The skyline of Los Angeles glows in the distance, but she sees it differently now. No longer as home, but as a place filled with pain. As the city fades in her rearview mirror, Taylor exhales a shaky breath, trying to leave behind the memories and the man who could never truly be hers. For her, this is not just a physical departure. It is the symbolic end of a chapter, an era where hope and heartbreak collided over and over again. Back at the Forrester mansion, Ridge and Brooke celebrate their new beginning, blissfully unaware of the storm of grief and betrayal they've left behind. They believe their love has finally conquered all. But in the world of the bold and the beautiful, happiness is fragile. And love triangles have a way of resurfacing. Taylor may be gone, but the wounds she carries and the impact of her departure will linger for a long time to come. The Bold and the Beautiful reminds us that love is never simple. Ridge and Brooke have found their way back to each other, but the cost is Taylor's broken heart. Her departure leaves questions hanging over Los Angeles like a storm cloud. Will Taylor return, stronger and more determined than ever? Will Ridge and Brooke's marriage withstand the shadows of guilt and history? Or will another twist in fate bring new chaos to the Forrester family? Tell us your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy these deep dives in a B&B, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more shocking spoilers and emotional breakdowns. The love triangle may be paused, but in Los Angeles, it is never truly over.